So I'm turning down this big piece of 5.5-inch aluminum scrap into something useful. In order to do that, I had to switch out my chuck, and so I wanted to put the 4-jaw chuck on. To do that, I had to take off the 3-jaw chuck. That's normally not a big deal. You just take a set screw off and twist it. No, not this. This sweet set screw made out of awesome Chinesium stripped when I barely touched it. So I ended up having to drill it out. I'm going to have to chase those threads and put something else in there. But that was a nice long process. And then I finally got this bad boy in place and went to turn it on. I actually tried to true it up by hand before turning it on just to get it within 5 or 10 thou of true. I went to turn it on and nothing happened. I mean, the motor ran, but nothing turned. And I looked, and lo and behold, I had a little issue. What is that? That is a broken belt. So the last person that used my lathe, which was not me, decided to do some different speeds and move the belt around, and the belt got twisted. Just sometimes you don't take as good a care of somebody else's tools as you do yours, but the belt got twisted and run, and so it actually broke in 2 spots. I thought, man, not a big deal, I'll just order another one, because I didn't have the foresight to have an extra belt. That has proved difficult. That has proved very, very difficult. So, my friends at Jet, in their infinite wisdom, have included diagrams with the manual for this lathe. Now, I happen to keep all my manuals, like all of them. And so I looked it up. And then I tried to order that part from Jet. Nope. No. So, need to look other places now. Seriously, this should have been a 5-minute project, like tops, to get everything trued up and in, and then maybe 30 minutes of cutting. And what it's turned into is about 4 hours of internet search, waiting a week for the new belts. And Motion Industries was great. Communication, not super great, but it's because I don't have an account. I'm not a industrial customer. I'm an individual. But UPS lost my belts, and they finally turned up at an advanced auto parts store like 2 miles from the house. It's fine, but waited a week. I got the belts, I got everything up and running, and now I'm going to turn this down and do what I wanted to do. So follow me on that journey. So after discovering my broken belt and then having Jet not support with actual real part numbers that I can order, I did some web sleuthing, and a couple days later found a belt at Motion Industries. It's actually made by Gates, that is exactly the same size. Oh, that's not good. I'm glad I didn't cut deep in there. Holy shit. So I ended up ordering 3 of them, and I ordered 3 just because I don't want to be in this situation ever again. So there we go, 3 drive belts for the lathe, and put them on and get it running. There we go, let's give her a little start. Shit. Perfect. Also, if you're running a Jet 9x20, it is the Gates 5M710, not the 730. I don't care what else you see, it's the 710. The 730 is an extra inch, and it's fine for, I don't know, like 400 or 600 RPM, but when you get up to 1,000 or 2,000 RPM, it's too much length, and you can't get a proper set on the belt when you put the tensioner on. So it's, again, the Gates 5M710 for the Jet 9x20 lathe. All right, when I first looked at this and put this bad boy in, it was, I don't know, like 25 thou out. So I used my handy dandy Edge Technologies finder here and drop that in. So let's go 0. And I got a little bit of fine tuning to do. I'm going to try to get it to 1 thou or 2 thou, but I think like right now I'm at about 5 out on the high side. Yeah. And there's the low side. Yeah. So I'm 5 out here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that up and get that center. So I've got it as close as possible. Now I got a little bit of wobble. This is a hobby lathe. This is not an amazing production machine. So I'm at about 2. I'm positive 2, -1 10 thou on this, and I just have this sitting here just in case it gets wobbly. It's not going to be used to cut or to hold or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start that process. My cutoff tool has been defeated. I have not, but my tool has. Apparently, this scrap aluminum is tougher than the heart of an elderly whore, and yeah, it doesn't want to be cut. So fine, I'll just take it over the bandsaw and I'll cut on the bandsaw. Done. Look at that. That saw just cut through this like it was butter. Right tool for the right job. Now there's side 2 of the second one done. Let's flip that around and then I'll have 2. So it's this. It is my camera dolly. The camera with the microphone and when I put the auxiliary light on weighs too much just for the tension. And so right now I've half-assed it and I've got these on. And it looks like crap and it bugs me. So I decided to take a piece of scrap and spend 30 minutes or 3 hours fixing that. Now, why didn't I just buy some weights at the sporting goods store? Because we are in the middle of a pandemic and everybody that can work out at home is working out at home and they've bought all the weights. So this is what I did. I just took way too much time to do it. Yeah, that looks nice. I can actually move them out a little bit more, and I think I'm going to do the third one just for giggles. But looky there. See how it holds the camera. All right. Camera's good. Camera's very good. Hot diggity dog. The whole cookie sheet and the chip tray thing, yeah, I stole that from Blondie Hacks last year, and I'm going to tell you that I have no problem in stealing from folks smarter than me. She had a whole YouTube video on lathe hacks, and this was one of her ideas, and man, it's a great idea. It did not make my wife happy to see this in the garage the first time, but man, it makes cleanup so much better. It really does. This project was exacerbating enough before losing my tools constantly, so I fixed that with this build, and as I was doing it, I made a quick tool holder for my wrenches and Allen wrenches that sits on the lathe.